If you're going to EDC Las Vegas for the first time, here are my top tips for a first timer. This is going to be broken in 2 parts, so make sure you check out both parts. These tips are going to be specifically about pro tips that you need to know. I've been at EDC now 3 times. I went last year in 2021, so these tips are still fresh in my mind from last year. If this is going to be your first EDC, definitely leave me a comment with any other questions you have. And if you're a veteran, also leave your best tips in the comments too. So for tip number 1, if you are not camping, then you should plan to leave an hour earlier than when you think you need to leave, especially on the first day. And what I mean by this is if you are taking a shuttle, if you are taking an Uber, if you are driving to EDC, leave an hour earlier than when you think you might need to. The opening ceremonies start at 7 p.m. So ideally, I would try to leave at 5 or 5:30. And if you think you need to leave earlier, then do that. Whether you're doing the shuttles, whether you're ordering an Uber, whatever it takes, because traffic can get crazy. If you want to get there for the opening ceremony at 7, you might not want to leave at 6:30 if you're coming from the Strip. That is all I'm getting at. Definitely test out on the first day to see how long it takes you to get to EDC, and then you're able to adjust the rest of the days after that. I'm the type of person that likes to be there at the start and get situated and everything like that. So this is just my personal tip, but get there early and you're able to explore the festival and get situated and all of that. So for tip number 2, this is kind of like how to survive EDC all wrapped into one. So you're going to want to make sure that you drink water, eat full meals, pace yourself, take breaks, and wear comfortable shoes. If you keep these 5 things in mind, you will survive EDC, honestly. For tip number 3, I'm going to recommend to do anything you can to make sure that your stuff does not get stolen. And what I mean by that is don't make it easy for someone to steal your phone or your wallet. Make sure that if you're wearing a fanny pack, a hydration pack, anything like that, that you make it really hard for someone to get to your stuff. If you have a hard time accessing your stuff, then someone else will. I personally use the lunchbox hydration pack to keep my stuff safe. You can also use their snack and sling pack. I absolutely love these products for anti-theft at festivals. However, if you don't have one of those and you won't be able to get one in time for EDC, then just make it really hard for someone to get it. And make sure you back up everything on your phone beforehand. You have automatic backup set up and everything. Just in case you do lose your phone, all of your stuff is backed up. Number 4 is going to be giving yourself enough time to go from stage to stage. This was something I forgot about when I went to EDC this past year. It takes a second for you to get from stage to stage. It really does take you a second. If you're deep in the crowd too, it will take you a second to get to another stage for sure. So definitely build in that time to give yourself enough time, especially if you have a full set that you want to see beginning to end. Definitely give yourself that time. And if you also need to hit the bathroom, hit the water station and stuff like that, all of that does take time. So you can keep that in mind too as you're planning out your time when the set times come out. Those usually come out a week-ish before the festival, so you can start to plan out like, okay, will I be able to have enough time to go to that set or that set too as you're planning things out. Tip number 5 for the pro tips is phone service. If you have AT&T, good luck. I had AT&T and had absolutely no service. I don't know if this was the same for T-Mobile or Sprint. Anyone that had Verizon was blessed and had phone service. I think they had some type of signal boost or something going on. But if you don't have Verizon, just take it as a sign to put your phone away and be in the moment. You know what I mean? Luckily, my boyfriend had Verizon, so I was able to text our friends where we were at and things like that. If you're not one of the lucky ones, it's your sign to just put your phone away and be in the moment. Now, if you do happen to get service, something that I always recommend is time stamping your text messages. What this means is if I'm texting someone at 9:05 p.m., hey, we're at Cosmic Meadow, I'm going to put 9:05 hey, we're at Cosmic Meadow in the literal text message. This is just because in case someone gets that text message at 11:15 p.m., they know I sent it at 9:05 and that I'm most likely not at Cosmic Meadow. So definitely do this with your friends, and also pick a meeting location in case you guys do get lost. You guys kind of know where to be at. I've had a totem, so my friends kind of always knew where to find me with that totem, but you can always pick a meeting spot in case any of you get lost. This is where you guys need to go. This is also helpful in case you're not camping and you're going on a shuttle or you're taking an Uber or you're driving back. To have a meeting spot at the end of the night. That way you guys can all meet up and go home together and make sure that everyone gets home safely. That is it on this part for pro tips for first timers. If you have any other questions, definitely leave a comment down below, and veterans, leave your tips as well. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video, and I'll see you guys in part 2.